Hey, what is up guys, it is your boy, I'm here bringing you another video today, and today guys, we are going to be going over Nies. He actually just released alongside Vox, and he is an extremely strong unit, so let's get right into it. So this is Nies. Let's go over his abilities first. His first ability is Armor Penetration level 7, attacks while ignoring enemy defense by 35%, pretty good. If you guys don't know, criticals in this game, if you are able to crit, actually ignore defense by 100%. That's just like an added bonus to critical, so that's kind of good if you don't if you're not using them like alongside Vox or anybody else that can crit. Like later on down the line we get like Water Malia, which she can give 100% crit chance to everybody, so that's kind of good. Next we have Burn Resist level 10. He is pretty much completely resistant to burn, pretty solid. And then he also has Aqua Breath, which is actually kind of cool. He will increase all allies' defense by 500 and damage to fire enemies 25 up. So this guy is definitely meant to be on a mono water team, and he's going to absolutely destroy fire bosses, man. Destroy them. He also has a skill right here, which is 2000% water damage physical. Reduce enemies' attack by 20% for 5 seconds. And we have his normal art right here, which is Mercury Blade, 2400 break, 14,500% water damage physical. Heals all allies' HP by 200 and increase fire resist by 15%. And water units art gauge by 2 for 15 seconds. Pretty solid. And then we have his true art, which is Guardian's Blade. 4,400 break, 35,000% water physical damage. Reduce all allies' damage from an enemy by 80% for 3 seconds. Increase water unit skill damage by 120% and reduce skill CT speeds by 120% as well. That is really solid. You can make some skill CTs get pretty freaking fast with that. Just saying. That's some pretty ridiculous stuff. But for his main consistency, I guess, or like the main way you're going to be using them, is that you're going to be spamming your normal art majority of the time, and you're only going to be using your true art to deal a ton of damage, I guess, during break. And then also, like, let's say if you're running a Vox on your team or Water Malia later on down the line or whoever, you can use their true art, and you can actually use his true art at the same time to deal a ton of damage. But majority of the time you're going to be spamming normal art because he's just amazing for that. He's very similar to someone like Weaver, where normal art spam is majority of the time what you're doing, unless you're nuking or you're doing a ton of damage really quick, then, you know, you're using a true art for that. But for the boy Nies, that's what he's going to be doing the majority of the time. You can see his slots as well. His slots is 5-star physical, 5-star heal, and 4-star defense. I would like this 5-star heal to be 5-star support, but I'm perfectly okay with a 5-star heal slot. If you guys want to know recommended equips, his true weapon, which we'll be covering that in just a second, definitely recommend it. If not, Curse Light Sword also works. For his 5-star heal, if you have Guts, I recommend that. If you have the least heal equip, I think it is, from the Christmas event, I think, not Christmas event, but the Christmas summons, equipment summons, I recommend that because I think that's actually pretty strong if I'm not mistaken. And then 4-star defense, I think it's more just a flex item. Whatever you want to use for whatever boss you're taking up, so anything that reduces like any type of damage that you're going up against. If not, there is a 4-star defense item, I forgot what it's called, that's actually pretty solid, I can't remember, but still, mostly just a flex slot, use whatever you're going up against. So like if you're going up against a light unit, then of course, you know, Heavenly Robe. If you're going up against a dark unit, Phantom Mask, you know, stuff like that. And then finally, I want to go over his true weapon, since I think this is a pretty big part of what Nies does, and I think it's definitely worth getting if you're going to be using Nies. This is an amazing weapon for one, so let's talk about it real quick. So we have a 65-second cooldown, and we have a 1k break on it, on the skill, and then the skill is 9,500% water physical damage. Increase all allies water damage by 40% for 10 seconds. That's pretty nuts, especially with someone alongside Vox or like I said later on down the line, Water Malia. I'm including those units because those are the water units that can like give crit chance to all allies. That's the only reason why I'm like constantly saying them. So if you're using them plus you're using Nies, use Nies' true weapon and his true art at the same time, plus Vox's true art, which is 100% crit chance. That's going to be a ton of damage coming through. And then plus if you use someone like Weaver on your team, use his true art, that's a ton of damage coming through even more, and then boom, the boss is pretty much dead. So we have his first ability here, which is skill damage, 20% up, pretty good. And then we have his second ability, which is of course the one whenever it's equipped by him, which is amazing. So when equipped by Nies, you increase your damage by 20%, and you get HP auto recovery by 100. That's ridiculous. And autofill art gauge by 2. That is absurd. Every second he's going to get 2 art gauge, which is ridiculous, man. That's extremely good on him. The only other units that have something like that is like Regulus and Fina with their true weapons. So this is extremely good, and I think this definitely deserves to be on your Nies. If you can get Nies, I definitely recommend getting his true weapon as well, because it's amazing on him. But like I said, if you don't have his true weapon, Curse Light Sword works just as good. So now I want to talk about the crest that I recommend for Nies, because I've asked this a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people's told me a bunch of different stuff, and a lot of people's asked me what do I feel like is the best stuff on him. So heal, amount up, equipment, CT, and all stats I feel like are the best 3 that you can get on him. So any of those for crest and you should be perfectly fine. Alright, so here we go, man. We're going to be trying to take Nies up against Ifrit. This is probably the only fire boss in the series currently, and it's really the only one I want to take him up against. We're going to try this comp right here. It's a little bit different, I want to say, for this, because most of the time we try to nuke Ifrit, but we're going to see how well we do. So we're kind of going to be lacking on art gen for a little bit here until Rimuru and Nies gets their arts going, or their art gen going. So Nies already has his art gen going right here as soon as I use his normal art. We're going to have to get Rimuru's because we don't have that many 5-star support item slots on this team. Of course, if I had someone like Vox or Weaver, you know, it'd be fine. Art gen flowing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're going to see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens. Now I wanted to say, overall, I'm extremely hyped about Nies. He has an extremely good awakening. Personally, I would have loved to see him have a 5-star support slot though, instead of a 5-star heal, but it's alright, man. It's all good. But still, man, it's amazing, dude. He's a phenomenal unit, dude. He's so good. So like I said earlier, you're gonna be primarily using Nies's his normal art majority of the time, just for the art gen buff and the heals going off. Apart from that though, you won't really be using anything else that much. Like, so for example, you're not going to be using his true art unless you're just trying to do a ton of damage. So I would say during breaks, maybe use his true art, or if you're trying to tank a huge hit, like for example, if it's true art, you could actually use Nies's true art during that, so you can negate or mitigate the damage. Just keep in mind though, it's only for 3 seconds, so it's not going to be that long of a buff. So keep that in mind, because you know you want to time it perfectly to where that actually goes off correctly, so you don't just absolutely destroy yourself. So actually we're gonna pop this right here since everybody's using their art, and we could actually use this Nies true art right here, which we might do. If possible, I would like to break them first and then use it. I think we will be able to because of Thetis. Thetis has some insane break for what he can do. So we're just gonna use this right here. This is gonna increase Thetis' freaking damage by a ton, and this actually may Thetis make heal by himself? Okay, no, never mind, he's fine. Okay, and then boom, that was... Oh wait, no, that's not actually it. That's it right there. So that was Ifrit, him taking it up against Ifrit. Of course, it's not like the best showcase, I want to say. Probably like the best way to show him off is like with, against like the Nies, not Nies, but against the Ifrit Crest Palace. That would be really good. But the thing is that I have to wait till next Tuesday to showcase that, so I don't really want to wait that long. I kind of just want to go ahead and get the showcase out there, but I kind of show off the unit, kind of like the general stuff, what to do with them. So like I said, you're going to be spamming your normal art majority of the time with Nies, and then whenever you need to tank a big hit, like for example, like Ifrit's true art or anything like that, you can use his true art. So, oh my god, I said Ifrit's true art, Ifrit's art, or his boss art, I guess you could say, and you can use that, and you can mitigate damage up to 80%, which is really good. And that's actually maybe the highest mitigation currently in the game until Sandstone gets her awakening, and or actually I think Sandstone has less mitigation than that. I can't remember. So yeah, so majority of the time you're going to be using normal art 90% of the time, then the other 10% you're going to be using true art for nuking and for, to just tank a hit. Apart from that though, guys, that's actually going to be it though. That was the boy Nies. He's an extremely good unit. I highly recommend him for mono water. He's one of the best in the game, especially for mono water teams. You don't need Nies. He's not like required for mono water, but he damn well makes it extremely good. Makes it a lot better with it, because it's stupid, dude. If you have Nies, Vox, Weaver, and then like who else, like Nies, Vox, Weaver, then whoever else you want to in the last slot, man, there's so many good options for that last slot, like Rimuru, yeah, of course Rimuru, and then boom, man, you have yourself an amazing mono water team. But yeah, guys, that's actually gonna be it though for the video today, man. Thank you all for coming out, man. It's been your bro P, and out, guys, peace.